What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dog Mentality Sports Talk WNBA with your boy, Chris the Hustler. Man, we got Angel Reese, Chicago Sky. They just lost to the Phoenix Mercury, but Angel Reese recorded 19 points and 20 rebounds. Kevin Garnett even just tweeted out this morning talking about how much he impressed with her relentless ability, her dog mentality. Like, he just giving her big ups. And one thing I definitely love about Angel Reese is she is the epitome of dog mentality. Now, we got a lot of haters who always want to talk about her double-double streak and everything else, say she's stat padding. Bruh, I'm going to tell you one thing that you cannot do. You cannot discredit consistency. Now, you can say, okay, she stat padded in this game for a rebound or two or whatever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I watch the games just as much as anybody else, and I trust me, I understand where you're coming from. But you cannot discredit consistency. I mean, this girl is doing this on a regular. Her name is Double Reese for a reason, and you got to give her props. Now, that's why I created this channel, Dog Mentality, is to give ups to people who do have that type of mentality. And Chicago Sky done took on her identity to play relentless. Now, not so much lately. I mean, they still young, they build, and they figuring that out. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the tweet from Kevin Garnett. And that's really what this is about. It's the love that she continuously get from the NBA players, from the WNBA players. Why do the fans, all the haters don't see it, but everybody else that's up in this space, they see it? I mean, like, okay, so the fans is more right than players like Kevin Garnett, Diana Taurasi, all these other players that love this girl. They all giving her ups. But then you got the fans in the comments that's hating on her, talking about stat padding. I never heard not one WNBA player say they do not like her. I did not see not one NBA player that said that they don't like her. Everybody seems to give her props, but these ridiculous, bitter fans that's up in the comments going crazy over absolutely nothing. You don't know what you're looking at. Now, there is no way you can discredit 10 offensive rebounds. If you miss a shot, the object is to get the ball back. That's the object. And she do it better than anybody else, especially in WNBA history. Got to give her flowers. And tell you the truth, a person that her game reminds me of is a Kevin Garnett. Now, hopefully in this offseason, she can get in the lab and get a chance to actually work with him, because that'll be phenomenal for her development. I mean, yesterday you seen that she was shooting a little mid-range shot and she was actually hitting it. And I think, honestly, when she faced towards the basket, she's actually a better offensive player. She can actually see the court. She is tall. She do got a handle. And I think when she is, like I said, facing the basket, she's a better player. I think when they try to give her the ball on the block, she's not creative yet. She don't have post moves to where she can create her own shot like that. And then she got a problem with shooting over people. This is why she get her shot blocked a lot. But I think if you get her out on the wing by the free throw line and getting her to shooting her mid-range shot, I think that's where her confidence and her consistency can come with her offensive game. And another thing is, being on the unrivaled 3-on-3, she's going to have the opportunity to continue to learn that and to be able to implement more and more of her face-up game into her offense. And so, like I said, man, we get to the point to where Angel Reese got an offensive game. I mean, man, it's game over. It is game over. And you give her an actual team, it is game over. And so I'm expecting big things from her, man. You know, like I tell you the truth, she already exceeded my expectations for her, because I really had low expectations for her, considering when she came out of college, because I knew her offensive game needed some work. It needed some fine tuning. But she had everything else. She had a lot of intangibles that you cannot teach, that you wish a lot of your star players did have. And like I said, she got that dog mentality. She got that mentality like a Asia Wilson, except that she's not a scorer. She's not she's just not a scorer, but she's definitely a leader, and that's what I love about her. But if you give her offensive pieces around her, players that can actually shoot and score, I mean, man, it's up. We seen what she did when she was in LSU. You give her some scores, some people who can actually put the ball in the basket. I mean, and she'd do it. And on top of that, for her not to be an offensive player, she's still scoring. I mean, yesterday she had 19 points. She done scored 20 several times this year. And so it's there. She just need to continue to keep working on her game, and over the years, it'll get better and better. But Chicago Sky, they got to do a lot better with getting her some players around her. But I know right now we in a rebuild. Once you gave her Marina Mabrey, I already knew what time it was, because I mean, like I said, I watched these games all year. I never thought we was a good team. Never. I mean, like, what are we comparing it to? We comparing it to where we was last year, or we comparing it to being at a championship level? And that's where I would like for us to go. So that's the only thing I can compare it to, is, are we at a championship level? And the question was absolutely no. Absolutely no. We had way too many holes up in our team. We don't have a point guard. We don't have a small forward. We cannot shoot threes. Can't stretch the floor. We don't have a playmaker. None of the above. And so that was the question in the beginning of the season. That's the question now. Whether Marina Mabrey on the team or not, it doesn't matter. Like, those holes are still glaring, and they're more glaring that in our vets, we don't have no vets. Our vets play worse than the rookies. And so, and Camilla actually is playing a whole lot better. I commend Teresa Weatherspoon for actually trying to give her the ball. But at the same time, so Carmela Cardoso, she has to find a way to stay out of foul trouble. Well, whatever that means, or however we go about doing it, but she got to stay out of foul trouble. I mean, like, she's such a big part of this team, especially with us not having no shooting, to where she has to be on the floor for us to be successful. And you can't do that by getting ticky-tack fouls and getting outplayed by every center in the NBA. I mean, in the WNBA. I mean, every center, it seems like, go at her. Like, she got to stay on the floor for us to be competitive at this point. But thank y'all for tuning in with me on Dog Mentality Sports Talk, WNBA. Hey, check out with me on the next video. Appreciate you.